In one of my recent videos, I took a look at WYNN Resorts. In my opinion, the technicals on WYNN Resorts indicate to me that it's topping and may head south. Now, one of my subscribers disagrees. Here is the subscriber's comment. ChewDog, I respectfully disagree on WYNN Resorts. WYNN Resorts is being held in place primarily due to a ruling expected to be announced in September 2018 from Boston. If WYNN Resorts is granted that license, the stock will soar back up regardless of the technicals. And then my reply was, well, let's watch and see how it plays out. As you know, I am only reading the charts, no fundamental analysis. Keep this stock in mind and get back to me in September. Good luck, and thanks for the comment. But after thinking about it a little bit more, I thought that this actually might serve as a good lesson for all of us. So let's take a deeper look at WYNN Resorts. First, taking a look at WYNN Resorts is a 20-year monthly chart, and the symbol is WYNN, and for disclosure purposes, I do not own WYNN Resorts at this time. Now, my argument, based on my observation, is that the stock is topping out at this point here, similar to the top there, there, and there. And I think that the stock is heading down. Moving on down here, I'm looking at the MACD, and I see the top here, 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 and here, each corresponding with the tops from the prior price chart. Looking at the histogram, looks like it's heading down. The price rate of change as well, fast line moving through the slow line. The RSI has plunged down quite deeply. It's under 50. These stochastics continue on down, and as well is the Williams heading on down. So again, my thesis, based primarily or only on the technicals, is that WYNN Resorts has topped and it's heading down. Now, the subscriber has indicated that a license may be granted, and that if that license is granted, then the stock is going to soar back up. Well, that may be possible, and it's not going to be the first time that I've ever been wrong. But I want to go into a little bit more analysis of why I have made my conclusions. And that is, I don't just rely simply on WYNN Resorts. When I take a look at a stock, it's always good to look at others in the same field, other similar stocks. So now let's go take a look at a few other similar stocks. This stock here is MGM Resorts International, and the symbol is MGM. And again, I don't hold any shares of MGM at this time. Moving here, I can see that in my opinion, we have a top there, and there was a top here, and there was a monster top way back here. Moving on down into the MACD, it's a much more gentle top, but a top nonetheless here, here, and then here. And moving down, we see corresponding moves in the histogram, the price rate of change, the relative strength index, the stochastics, and the Williams. Going back up here to the price chart, I'm assuming that there is no license pending for MGM. So if there's no license for MGM, yet MGM is starting to head down as well, to me, that leads me to believe that there's something else more at play here other than a license. And it's possible that the underlying fundamentals for MGM Resorts are also eroding, as I believe they are for WYNN Resorts. Let's go to another stock. This stock here is Penn National Gaming, symbol is PENN, and I do not own any shares of Penn. Again, a similar top in my opinion, and tops back here as well as here. So moving on down, it looks like we're heading to a top, not quite, but a top here in the MACD, I think relatively soon. It looks like the histogram is heading down, And then moving here into the price rate of change, we're at a topping process in my opinion here, as well as in the relative strength. It looks like we've got a top and heading on down, and then the stochastic as well, and then into the Williams. There may be some bounce back of this stock here, but I think in general things are eroding with this stock as well. So I don't think that there is any license pending for Penn National Gaming. So I think the fundamentals are eroding. This stock here is Las Vegas Sands, and the symbol is LVS. I do not own any shares, but it looks like similar to Wynn Resorts. We got a top happening here, one back here, and then of course back here as well. Moving through the oscillators, it looks like the erosion is shown here in the MACD as well as the histogram. The price rate of change, the RSI, the stochastics, and then lastly in the Williams. So let's go to one more chart, and then that should wrap things up. So this last chart, what we're going to do is we're going to overlay two stocks. We'll do LVS, Las Vegas Sands, and Wynn Resorts. So LVS and WYNN. Reset the chart. Move on down here. So this is what I like to do oftentimes. It's very, very useful. So if I'm taking a look at a stock and I want to see another stock in a similar category, you can just overlay them. So here in the black, that is Las Vegas Resorts. This is the price chart for Las Vegas Resorts in the black. And in the red is Wynn Resorts. And you can see that they coincide in their peaks and in their valleys. Not perfect, but pretty close in each time, all the way through here. Now, didn't have much of a top for LVS here, but in all the others, in peaks and valleys, there's a lot of similarity. So in my opinion, I think that Wynn Resorts is starting to erode. And whether or not they receive that license, it may help. But I think the fundamentals for the business, as shown by Las Vegas Sands, MGM Resorts, and Penn National Gaming, it's eroding. So would I stay in Wynn Resorts? You're going to have to roll the dice in order to do that, in my humble opinion. But as usual, do your fundamental analysis. This is just my opinion. So for today, ChewDog Charts. Thank you.